Hi, and welcome to Old Testament Survey. I am your facilitator for this course, instructor for it. My name is Bob Munshaw. Some of you had me in the Theo 110 course last fall. I see some familiar names on there. Looking forward to having another class with some of you and looking forward to getting to know others of you. Um, I am a Canadian. I came down here in 1989 to attend Greenville College and met my wife while I was a student here. We got married and have been back and forth between Canada and the US over the years. My wife and kids are all dual citizens. Anyways, as a Canadian, I do love hockey. I play in the Metro East and watch a lot of hockey. Also enjoy watching the Cardinals and the Cowboys in football. Also played soccer here at Greenville when I was a student, although much to my dismay, I spent more time on the bench. I was a better hockey player than a soccer player, so I did score a couple goals in my soccer career at Greenville, but not too many. Um, I'm looking forward to meeting you, and so I do want you to know that just like I'm introducing myself, you'll have a chance to introduce yourself. In fact, you'll need to do so um, in Module 1 by midweek this first week. So be aware of that. That's our chance to get to know each other. We'll also continue to be getting to know each other in the discussion forums, and that's where we'll be interacting. There will be a new discussion every week. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. I'm going to talk to you normally each day. The videos, the lectures on video, will be reasonably short, 4 or 5 minutes maybe. Today will be a little bit longer just because there's a lot to talk about, and I'm going to be using my cheat sheet because there's quite a few things I want to talk about with you, and I don't want to forget. Um, so first off, be sure to familiarize yourself with the syllabus. Um, yeah, that needs to be a go-to, and you should read it. You should see what's coming up, the kinds of projects that you're going to have to do, the kinds of weekly assignments. I'll talk about those things, but that's a go-to for you. So be sure to read it and familiarize yourself with it. Um, yeah, so this course also has quite a bit of reading in it, and just want you to be aware of that up front. You'll be reading from the Bible. You will not have to read the whole Old Testament. That would take a bit of time. So, but there's a fair bit of reading, both from the Old Testament. We'll have portions of it. Um, your main textbook for the class is The Story of God, The Story of Us. It's a textbook that I've been using now for maybe 8 years or so. It's a good and interesting book. It kind of follows the story of the Old Testament, but more in a novel format. And I've found that students in the past have really enjoyed it and have found it helpful in terms of getting a feel for and understanding the Old Testament. So hopefully you'll enjoy that text as well. There's going to be articles each week outside of the textbook. Sometimes those articles will be in the Jewish Study Bible, which is the Bible that you'll be using for the course. And so I'm going to have you read some pages from that at different times, articles that are included in Jewish Study Bible. So be aware of that as well. Like I said, there's going to be course discussions each week. So think about these discussions as actual discussions. All right. Don't think of it as I got to knock this out of the way. Just got to get this done. Normally, if we're in a religion class, we'll take time to talk about the issues and wrestle with them in a classroom setting. In an online setting, this takes the place of those in-class discussions. So I'm going to have it set up so that you have to answer the original question or questions by Thursday evening. And then you will need to respond to 4 of your classmates or have at least 4 total responses between Thursday, or at least between when you originally post, and Sunday night when the discussion forum will close. All right. So, and it's these discussion responses to your classmates are not going to be, "Oh, Tom, that was a really good comment," or, "Oh, Morgie, good work there." No, I want you to take what they've done and expand upon it, or ask them a question, or wrestle with points that they raised, that kind of thing. I want it to be substantive. I will give you feedback in the grading section in those discussion forums. So if you're not getting full points, take a look at, even if you are getting full points, take a look at what I say to you in the grading part, and that'll give you an idea of what I expect from you. Plus, it's another place where we can interact, and you can see kind of what I'm thinking of your work. I may raise questions for you to think about a little bit more. So that's important. The other thing with the discussions is you will need to post your answer before you will be able to see what your classmates have posted. So be aware of that. We'll have 2 projects in the course. There's going to be a 5 to 7 page research paper. That 5 to 7 pages does not include the bibliography or the title page, so 5 to 7 pages of actual text. It is a research paper. You will be needing to use articles or commentaries. It's going to be a Bible paper, and so the instructions for that will be on the course site on D2L and also in the syllabus. So be looking at those. Also, halfway through the course, I'm going to have you turn in an annotated bibliography. So that will be you showing me the main sources, maybe 5 or 6 sources that you're using. And in an annotated bibliography, you're going to tell me a little bit about those sources and why you chose them. Once again, there will be some information for you on D2L in the syllabus in terms of what I expect with that. So you can also, with anything in the class, if you have questions or concerns, you can email me. I read my emails during the week constantly. If you email me in the evening, I may not get it until the next morning. Like I said, I do play a bunch of hockey, so I'm gone some evenings doing that. You can text me if you really want to or need to, or call me if we need to talk. I'm normally in my office in JKL in the mornings, so even if you are on campus and you want to come over and meet with me and talk about things, you can do that, or we can meet virtually. We can set up a Zoom call, that kind of thing. On to project number 2. This is kind of an interesting project. And just so you know, some of the materials that I'm using in terms of teaching this course this time come from David Nonemacher, who is teaching the other section of the course. He's done a great job of setting it out. He's working on his PhD in Old Testament. I did a bunch of master's work in Old Testament and Hebrew language, so I am qualified to teach the course, and I have taught this course numerous times. But I do like the way that he had set the course up, and so I'm borrowing some things from him, including this next assignment, which is a geography project. So what you're going to do with that is there's going to be some maps available for you in the documents area in D2L, in the course, obviously in the course in D2L. Each week, what I want you to do is to plot 4, 5, 6 places from your readings for that week onto the map. So this is not something to do right at the end of the semester, because if you do it that way, you're not going to do it well. You're going to be rushed. It's going to turn out bad. It's going to be you trying to get that done on top of everything else that needs to be done for you in this class and other classes, and that won't end up well. So each week I want you to take look at 4 or 5 places that you run across in your readings from the Bible or from the Shanglading text or from the external readings, and plot those on the map. Maps, plural, there's a couple. The reason that I want you to do that, and the reason I think it's a good idea, is because These were real people that lived 3,000 years ago, but real people like me and like you. And they were living in very real places that you'll be learning about. And this helps to just kind of understand that this was real stuff, real people. It helps to integrate the readings from the Bible with the real world. All right, so you can look at the syllabus and under course documents for more information on this assignment as well. And like I said, you can contact me or email me if you need help. So why take an Old Testament course? Why does this matter? Why do we teach this? Why do we make you choose between an Old Testament and a New Testament, and in fact try and encourage you to take both? The Old Testament. So first off, if you've taken Theo 110 or Lead, Lead 365, I think, you realize that theology is just talk about God. We are all theologians in some way because at different times we all talk about God. Even those who are atheists who don't believe in God do theology because they are thinking about and talking about God's existence or non-existence. So that's an interesting thing to be aware of. The Bible speaks to the world that we live in today. The Old Testament was the Bible of the first Christians. They didn't have the New Testament. In fact, those first Christians, first and second generation of first Christians, are the ones that wrote the New Testament. So they didn't have the Bible like you do. They had the Hebrew Bible or our Old Testament. Okay. So this was the Bible for Jesus. It was the Bible for the first disciples. It was their sacred books. You should know that the Old Testament is a conversation in many ways between the people of Israel, both individuals and the nation, and their God, Yahweh. It's an ongoing interaction. These documents were written as much as 1,000 years over as much as a 1,000-year period of time, which is a pretty vast and extensive period. You do not have to be a Christian to do well in this class. You don't have to be a Christian to realize that the Old Testament is important. It excuse me. It is the original canon or Bible for the Jewish people. For Christians, it's their Old Testament. For Muslims, it informs their faith as well. The Bible has hugely shaped history all over the world, but particularly in the Western world. It's amazing how much pop culture reference you still find concerning the Bible and even particularly the Old Testament. So that's a good thing to be aware of. The Old Testament is interesting. I've always found it interesting. I actually thought about doing my PhD in Old Testament as well. I didn't, but it's full of real people, earthy people, people like you and me that are very imperfect. They fail on numerous occasions, like us. It's very relatable. There are all sorts of different kinds of books in the Old Testament. History, law, prophets, wisdom, literature, all sorts of different things. The Old Testament's a window into a very interesting ancient world, a different world. So I want you to see that. I want you to see how this book is related both to the ancient world and how it continues to relate to us today. So I hope that you enjoy the class greatly. I hope it's helpful for you. It's, like I said earlier, it's going to go fast. It's 8 weeks, and those 8 weeks are going to pass quickly. So it's important that we all stay on top of things together, assignments and everything. Anyways, looking forward to getting to know you. Looking forward to doing this journey together with you. I'll see you in the discussions this week.